The US Open starting in a couple of days' time. We have an updated withdrawal list and also an updated injury list because there's a lot of players that are coming into the final Grand Slam of the year with some injury concerns. Let's start with the withdrawals because there is a pretty long list. All right, starting on the women's side of things, we have Jabeur. She's not playing at this year's US Open. Zheng is also not going to be playing. Kovanic has also pulled out, and Badosa has also pulled out. So some really familiar names there and some big names that are not going to be at this year's US Open. Over on the men's side of things, we have Berrettini. He's pulled out. Dimitrov has also pulled out. Hurkacz has also pulled out. And Fils is the latest to withdraw and also one of the highest ranked players that has also withdrawn. So shame that Fils can't play. He's been injured for a while now, so hopefully he can get back on his feet and finish off the season strong. So, again, a lot of familiar names there that are not going to be playing. But let's go to the injury list because there are some big names there that are also injured. Starting on the women's side, Kostyuk, she withdrew against Swiatek last week in Cincinnati, so we'll keep an eye on her fitness level going into this tournament. Yastremska also withdrawing last week against Gauff, so another player that's got some injury concerns. Krejcikova, she actually did play last week, but during her match against Paolini, did look really sore. She finished the match, but definitely didn't look her best, so keep an eye on her this week. And on Boko, she also pulled out of Cincinnati last week and had what seemed to be a wrist injury at the end of the Canadian Open. So we'll keep an eye on her fitness level. She should be able to play, but again, a little bit of injury concern there. Over on the men's side of things, of course, Sinner, he's the big one, retiring in the final of Cincinnati. I think he just got ill, so he probably will be fine to play the US Open. It'd be a big shock if he pulled out. So we'll keep an eye on Sinner, though, over the next couple of days. For Kina, he also withdrew from his match against Fonseca in Cincinnati and has played a lot of tennis, so we'll keep an eye on his fitness levels. Hashanov, he also was struggling last week in Cincinnati, but I think it's more precaution for this week to play the US Open. And Mensik, he also withdrew last week and is under a little bit of injury cloud, but hopefully after a week rest, he'll be able to get ready for the US Open. So, again, some big names there that we're going to keep an eye on over the next few days because usually when we talk about the injuries, there are one or two players that do actually end up withdrawing from the list. So there it is. Those are the players that are out of the tournament and also the players that are injured going into the tournament or have some sort of injury concern or some illness like Sinner. I think most of those players, though, will be fine. Like Sinner and Mboko, they should be okay. But Krejcikova is probably the big one because she did seem to have some foot problems in her match against Paolini in Cincinnati, and it did seem to bother her a lot. So keep an eye on her and also the two Ukrainian players as well, Kostyuk and Yastremska, because it could be dangerous coming into the tournament. But there it is. They are the withdrawals for now. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other players that I've missed, but those are the withdrawals now. US Open starts on Sunday.